All right. The Razzies happened, and who gives a shit? The Razzies are like not even notable at this point. Nobody watches the Razzies. Nobody cares about the Razzies. And yet, here I am. So the awards promo happened.
Before the best, there's the worst. The 46th annual Razzie Awards announce who.
Yeah, that does look like AI already. Interesting that you're like an art. Okay, yeah, this is obviously AI. Look at this, the fucking text in the middle here. Oh my god. And then like you can see these little black dots around here that it just wasn't keyed in properly with all these different. Yeah, no, whoever made this promo did a really bad job.
When and who will be denied our coveted $4.97 gold spray painted statuette. Saturday, March 14th on YouTube's Razzie channel.
Own your bad. That's very funny in this context, actually. Because yeah, no, this is like I feel like the voice there was AI as well.
Formal dress not required.
It's like it's very lazy.
Not required.
What the hell is the chandelier is like doing this
Formal
weird
dress
shit.
not.
Okay, anyway, I guess these are the award winners they've announced on the YouTube channel. Is this what we're just doing now? Like, because people are saying it's AI garbage being used to present garbage. After a certain point, if the thing you're making fun of is just what you're doing anyway, does it make sense as satire? Because, like, how much do you want to bet that, like, part of the decision making is how much money is being saved? Right?
Hear ye, hear ye. People of every persuasion, size, colour, and taste gather round. Today, our would-be king and a smattering of more than 1,000 opinions.
What pisses me off about this is, like, where we should be with AI shit, if you're using it in anything, especially if you're, like, an organization that this is your 46th thing. It shouldn't look this shit. And that maybe that's just supposed to be a part of the joke?
Opinionated film buffs from around the globe will decide who will claim or be denied the coveted $4.97 Razzie trophy.
Because the way to do this joke would have like more of like a Tim and Eric editing style approach, right? Like it would be like satirical editing.
Razzie trophy.
Because this isn't that distinct from other like just bad stuff they've released, right? So if we were to go back for previous years, let's see, it says 46th for 2025. So what if I go 2024? There's the nominations. Award winners, yeah. So like 43rd Razzie Award winners. So this character in graphic, the golden raspberry, like has looked like shit forever.
Welcome to the 43rd annual Razzie Awards. IndieWire calls the winner for worst supporting actor.
It is really difficult to distinguish this between something that's like trying to be bad versus something that's just that bad. Because like, you know, better production than the 420 awards for sure. But it's not like this is that legitimate of a organization in the first place.
Deliciously awful. A Kentucky Fried Gold member.
The only thing that matters is that that man gets up on that stage tonight.
Tom Hanks in Elvis. For remake, rip-off, or sequel, The Hollywood Reporter calls the next winner just another widget in Disney's Remake 'em All agenda.
I am undecided.
Big happy.
Disney's Pinocchio, not Del Toro's. Deplorable, misogynistic, and exploitative. Writes a trip to the movies.
I read the script. The whole script. It's,
A scattershot, inauspicious directorial.
I'm undecided on how self-aware it is. Because just being bad and saying, haha, we know we're bad, isn't really the peak of self-awareness. Right? Like, there's more to demonstrating that you know you're bad rather than just, like, hinting at it. Doing that is also just a really, really lazy way to approach art, right? All of the Friedberg and Seltzerberg? Friedman and Seltzerberg? The fucking epic movie, date movie, scary movie guys. All of those movies, in some way, acknowledge, like, we're lowbrow, we're bad. Friedberg and Seltzer, right? Yeah, okay. That's still not like a replacement for jokes or, you know, entertainment, satire in any kind of way that would imply that there's someone with some level of talent at all in just, you know, creating jokes, being funny in any way. Like every single one of the Razzie Awards, every single one of these, there's a reason why this is for free on YouTube and it hasn't broken 100,000 views, right? This is the 2023. The Razzies are in the news every single year, almost. Nobody watches this. So the most notability you've ever had has been when the actual celebrities, the actual actors, and the notable people that you nominate show up to get their award, right? Halle Berry, that's going to be the most viewed video on your entire channel, right? Yeah. Halle Berry, Sandra Bullock, Tom Green. Those are all the most viewed videos. All right, we're going to keep going. I'm not convinced here. Do the Razzies affect films like the Oscars? Not in any way. Like, literally no. They have no real impact on anything. It's just a way so that people can go, like, this was bad. Right? I mentioned how many Razzies After Earth had at the beginning of my review there, and that was in, like, 2013. It's not like I watched the Razzies. It's just because I knew that it was an award for being this was bad, and just that I just decided to include that little tidbit. It's not like they're a reputable organization in any way. I think what doesn't work about using AI in this way, even if you are to say, like, it's satire, because it's bad. It's an award show about bad things. So we're doing a bad thing. I think what doesn't work about that is that every other form of satire poking fun at a bad thing requires some effort. Whereas this just seems like a fuck it, we're saving money decision, you know? Here's what I would do. If I was doing, let's say I was going, I'm using AI and the joke is that it was bad. I would be doing, like, funny AI isms, right? I would be poking fun at bad generations where like a character turns into something else entirely by the end of it, or like, you know, fucking almost like glitching out, or like, you know, Six Fingers. You know, if we were doing like any kind of satire, there's really easy things to do that wouldn't involve any extra effort beyond just thinking of it. Yeah, no, I mean, like, there's people that I watch, like Connor O'Malley, R.M. Brown even, that use AI in funny ways. It's all bad because it's used, period. It's just the way it's used, right? Like, there has to be something, at the very least, entertaining, some sort of human element there, which is possible with AI shit, right? That is possible. Concept writing is still writing. You can write very funny lyrics to a song and then use AI to bring that song to life. You know, some of those like shitty country songs where the satire is making really gay lyrics with the country instrumental and country voice. That's fun, right? There's instances where it can be fun. This is just like no different than someone doing it with sincerity, which is what sucks about it. This is no different than just grandma learned how to use AI today, you know? There we go. See, there's some stuff. A minute into the video, there's some stuff that makes it more apparent. You know, not just the ridiculousness of this, obviously, but like the bad crop here. The bad crop's fun. Does it sustain entertainment throughout an entire video? No.
A plethora of horror films in 2025 couldn't scare up the reactions that our first win got. Described as frightening, actually terrifying, and garishly fake. An artificial dwarves in Disney's 2025 reimagining of Snow White.
AI doesn't have to cost over $250 million. Maybe $20.50 or a 7-day free trial period.
Oh. It's a.
Pinching the title of a sci-fi classic.
I just wish it was funny. I'm like waiting for a moment where I find it funny in the slightest.
And slapping it on another reimagined movie has turned a science fiction masterpiece into an
You know what the Razzies are? The Razzies are if the caliber of conservative comedy was done by liberals. Because that's all it is. It's just like, hey, this thing's bad, and that's all. That's the extent of it. It's literally conservative comedy made by liberals, where you don't understand where the jokes are, and all it is just, oh, you're being kind of like mean-spirited, and that's it. And that in of itself is just supposed to be the joke, I guess.
Intentional laugh right. War of the Worlds triumphs over its competition for worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel.
Get out the way! These things are everywhere!
The clips of this movie are the funniest part. Like, finally, there's something funny here.
So funny.
Ty Burr of the Washington Post described this CGI septet as a pox upon the eyeballs. Worst screen combo goes to all 7 artificial dwarves in Snow White 2025.
important thing is that Snow White is out of harm's way, right, fellas?
I'm still very morbidly curious about that movie.
Atrocious dialogue, lack of authentic characters, a goofy gimmick, and give yourself a Razzie. Worst screenplay goes to Kenny Gold and Mark Hyman for ruining its source material, War of the Worlds, 2025.
I see no other option to initiate this War of the Worlds to save us all.
Let's just say, not well received by the critics, Scarlett Rose Stallone wins bigly for her small role using modern dialogue as a choice in the nonsensical Western Gunslingers.
A lot of the intro is just like introduction to each of these nominees. Just feels like kind of a weird appeal to authority of like, critics said it was bad. It's like, I just wish it was more substantive.
Oh well. Cheapo special effects, dumbass plotting, poor performances, and a climax that sees an Amazon service save the day. Prime nonsense, according to the critical consensus. Rich Lee wins his first Razzie as director of War of the Worlds, the 2025 version.
Oh, no.
This lead actress, even armed with a pair of curling irons, couldn't fight her way out of the mass of critical bombs tossed her way. Rebel Wilson wins a Razzie in a movie William Bibiani of The Rap marked as a disaster, where humor goes to die. Bride Hard.
Oh no, you're masturbating here.
I bet you could do the exact same awards show, but in a way that didn't feel pretentious and mean-spirited, you know? I bet you could have the exact same concept of like, we're gonna award things that are like kind of shit, but just do it in a way where it's more fun. Like have instead of just saying like worst movie, just have like a really ironic, satirical take, like a label like most epic and based movie, and then it's clear, like, you know, it would be clear from anybody with any hint of media literacy enough to recognize satire that through the awards themselves, which ones are nominated, which ones wind up winning, you would recognize it as satire, right? Yes, a self-aware Derek Savage. What I want is the 420 awards, but they're trying to make it funny.
The Daily Telegraph's Ed Power said this rapper-turned-leading man simply stares at a computer screen looking like he's working through a reasonably urgent digestive ailment. Worst actor in a leading role goes to...
No!
See, here's the thing, though. Like, it's just when you say worst actor, there's such like a negative connotation to it. When it's like, Ice Cube was funny. If Ice Cube wasn't in the movie, it would be a way less watchable movie. That's a fucking fact. If it was somebody else, it wouldn't be nearly as fun. Like, it's a funny movie. It didn't try to be funny. It's terrible, but like, I feel like we could do a different thing here.
Yep. Ice Cube in War of the Worlds. It's been a long comeback, and we're thrilled to see her spread her wings again. From her Oscar nomination for Almost Famous to some Razzie nods along the way, Kate Hudson earns the Razzie Redeemer Award for her pitch-perfect performance as part of a down-on-their-luck duo in a Neil...
The Redeemer Award category is also fucking, like, weird, right? You know, like, you were sucking for a while, but now you're good again.
Diamond Tribute Band in...
It's like a really backhanded compliment.
Song Sung Blue. Not dissimilar to the hysteria caused by Orson Welles' infamous 1938 radio broadcast. Folks flocked to Prime Video to catch the Hate Watch film of the year, according to Isaiah Colbert of The Rap, proving there's no such thing as bad publicity. The Razzie for the worst picture of the year goes to...
I mean, people already had Amazon Prime.
War of the Worlds, 2025.
Not for the movies.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
He was great. He was fun. Excuse me. Yeah, well, I mean, the organization doesn't put any effort into finding the worst films of the year. They only go with worst and also very popular. Like, if it's not... It's worse than the Oscars for that. The Oscars has more variety when it comes to, like, the types of films they're willing to promote and how much of an existing audience the film already has. Like, the Razzies are worse than the Oscars, which is just, like, kind of annoying. Okay, well... After the first minute, it was abundantly clear that they're doing a haha, we're trying to be bad thing. It's just not entertaining, and that's why it takes a full minute to notice, like, the parts about it that distinguish themselves from people that would be doing it earnestly, right? It's so boring.